I'm Alex Cooney and I'm a site engineer on 420 George Street for Bovis Lend Lease. And, we're building a 34-storey high-rise. Currently we're at level 8 of 34. For a whole floor to be completed, it's around a 10-day cycle. Each deck is a 6-day cycle. Basically, the number of man-hours we save dropping in these prefabricated beams, instead of tying the reinforcement on site, would be, I'd say, half a day to 3/4 a day, depending on the size of the deck. And it just makes the site a lot cleaner because you don't have extra work area where steel fixers are tying reinforcement. There are less people working in a smaller area. That's an advantage as well. Deliveries arrive on time. They arrive with the right sequence of beams in the right order so we can drop them in sequentially. Everything is pre-arranged and pre-organised. Everything runs smoothly. So it has worked out better for us, definitely. Time, cost, even quality as well. The beams are made in a controlled environment, so the weldings, the positionings of the reinforcement, it's all 100%. And especially if you're working on a job like this where you've got 30 typical tower levels, which are almost exactly the same, so you're dropping the same prefabricated beams into position. In these beams here, we have the post-tensioning cables through the beams. Some of the bars had to be kept loose and not welded, and the rest of the beam welded. When they get dropped on site, we were still able to fix our post-tension cables in the correct position and then slide those loose bars down into position after the works have been complete. Works like clockwork. From a One Steel point of view and working with Bovis Lend Lease, we've got all the prefabricated elements. We've also got the reed boxes and couplers. They're basically put along in a construction joint to connect from one slab to another. The reinforcement will get tied around a nut, which gets a bar screwed into them on one side. You've got the construction joint with the reed boxes, and we'll screw the bar in on the other side, and you've got a continuality of reinforcement going through the construction joint. We have had to ask One Steel for engineering solutions. If we had a problem that day, they deliver the right reinforcement the same day or the next morning, which is always a big help. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to meet our deadline and we'd lose days on the critical path, which is definitely not what we want and not what One Steel wants. This is the first time I've ever worked with prefabricated cages for reinforcement. It saves us a lot of time, it saves resources. It's definitely a way into the future for Bovis Lend Lease and One Steel reinforcing. Yeah, for sure.